Now, I do not have access to Guilty Gear Strive. I do like fighting games though, so here's Multiverses. Anyways, before we get into the whole topic of what this video is about, I want to make a few things clear. First things first, I do not intend to be a commentary YouTuber on the state of political ideologies or anything like that. I'm more concerned about the implications and ramifications of such things. I said this like in the last video, and much like the last video, I do apologize for not continuing the Darksiders playthrough that I'm trying to like do, but things in my life keep getting in the way, and the reason why I'm making time for this is because I feel like this is, again, something important that needs to be said, shared, and discussed. So let me give you a bit of a synopsis as to who Bridget is and why everyone's talking about him. So Bridget is a character in Guilty Gear Strive, which was kind of clear by the beginning of the video. Anyways, so Bridget was born in this village that had the superstition where if someone gave birth to twins of the same gender, it was considered bad luck. And naturally, the only solution to this kind of thing is sacrificing or exiling one of the children, as that is the standard for superstitious villages, right? So, to avoid this, because Bridget was born as a boy and has a twin brother, their parents basically forced Bridget to be a girl growing up. And remember, Bridget was just born, and they're making Bridget into a girl. So this is where the, discourse comes in. Now, to be fair, I do not care if adult wants to be transgender, if they want to be non-binary, as long as they know who they are as a person and grew up with, understanding their morals and ideology and whatnot, by all means, go ahead. But I have an issue with parents trying to pressure children into doing things. And yeah, I get it. The whole situation was terrible. They really didn't have much of a choice, but the fact of the matter is still, Bridget never got the chance to decide whether or not they wanted to be a boy or a girl. Now, some of you might point to the line where Bridget says, I'm a girl, I'm good being a girl. And to that, I'm like, can you really trust that decision? I mean, I know she's gotten some good education and whatnot, but like, still, imagine being told your entire life that you are something and that you need to, act like something, you need to dress like something, whether or not you actually agree or, want to partake in this kind of stuff. Like, that kind of stuff affects a person fundamentally, right? Like, take a look at the Olympic people. Yeah, I'm keeping that take, and you just have to deal with it. Boy, do I know how to make a video sound authentic or what? Wait, what were we talking about? So it's kind of common knowledge that people who have been raised to go to the Olympics have some mental, trauma with this whole entire experience. And although, trying to be a girl doesn't equate to trying to surpass all of human physicality, that core concept of trying to push your child to do something that you feel is best rather than letting them choose for themselves as they grow older and, become more aware of who they are as a person, is still kind of... No, actually, it is fucked up. I mean, even when they grow up and, supposedly enjoy what they're doing now, it's still kind of messed up because they were molded into it, They didn't have a choice. They were, this is all that they know, and they feel comfortable in it because, like I said, that's all that they know. And personally, I would consider it some form of Stockholm Syndrome, honestly. I mean, for example, throughout my entire life, I've been bullied by pretty much every single girl I had a crush on. And you know what happens? I find myself attracted to meaner women because, I find that kind of stuff comforting. And, yeah, if that's not Stockholm Syndrome, I don't know what is. So when it comes to the validity of these accounts of people, accepting what they were raised to be, can we really take that as, a healthy example of an adult making a decision? Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, squirrel, squirrel, just calm down. This is a video game character. They're not real. It doesn't matter all that much. It's a fiction, okay? And to that, I'm like, yeah, I do understand that, and I'm not trying to make it out as, oh, we gotta feel bad for Bridget or anything. The thing that makes me want to talk about this is that the people who are celebrating Bridget's like transition and completely ignoring or worse, romanticizing her situation and thinking that, hey, if I want my child to be transgender, all I gotta do is tell them they're transgender. And that's not a good idea. This isn't a win for trans people. This is a sad story of someone that needs to like go to therapy and figure out who they are as a person, you know? This isn't something that should be like replicated or wanted or appropriated. At the end of the day, if Bridget feels more comfortable as a girl, then by all means, go ahead. Alright? I just don't think that this is a good example of transgender representation or anything like that. I don't know. I just think that this needs to be held with more care, with a more critical eye, and, as an understanding that this is not a healthy example of trans person and not something that should be replicated or appreciated in the way that a lot of people are. I just think it's quite problematic how eager these people are to just grab onto it and fixate on it and say, oh, this is a great thing, this is a great thing, when really the backstory is tragic as fuck. The whole mental aspect of what's going on is kind of fucked, and they don't seem to give a shit. It makes me concerned, This is why I'm making the video. I'm concerned about all this. So I'll just leave you guys with this. Let kids just be kids, okay? Don't try to make them into whatever you want them to be. It's not good for them. Let them do what they want. As long as it's not dangerous or not extremely unhealthy or anything, just let them enjoy life as a child, Let them be innocent. Let them have fun. Don't just ruin a child's mind for your own benefit. It's selfish, it's messed up, and no one's gonna thank you for that.